Thanks for being here. All right, everybody. My name is Jerry Goins. I am coming to y'all live and direct from Wilmington, North Carolina. Shout out to the East Coast. So, welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Wherever you are, you're watching this live, and we definitely appreciate you for tapping in. I'm glad that you showed up. So, just get ready to get somewhere. And, I want you to be able to think about giving this your undivided attention because the information that you're going to experience today, or if you're watching a replay, whenever you're watching it, it's going to be game changing. It's life changing. It changed my life. It changed thousands of people's lives around the country. So something I want you to think about is, when was the last time you got paid for your advice? So when was the last time you got advice? We usually hand out advice for free, right? It's in the group somewhere. It's in the group chat right now, some free advice that you handed out. And it's just sitting there, a post on social media, and nobody sent you a dime, right? So I did that for years. And when somebody finally showed me this and this new way of doing things, I sat with it for about 2 months. You're probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking right now, is it's too good to be true. But if you Googled what is fintech, you would see what we're talking about. You'd see it means financial technology. You see it basically means how money moves today in this digital world, in this digital economy. You got to think about it. Money moves all day long, but the $1 million question is, what if there's a way for you to get paid every time it moves? Sit back and think on that. Man, how awesome would that be? If you can have a conversation, you can do this, guys. If your credit is costing you money every month and you even stop looking at it, it's just like you bury your head in the sand because you don't want to look at it, then you can actually participate in your own rescue. And we're going to show you how to do that. And if you're good at what you do, but the paycheck just stops stretching, it's time to think bigger. It's time to think bigger. Or if you're already helping people, but you just need a way to make it happen in a bigger way, or you just need something that they can plug into, this is for you. So give me a few minutes and I'll show you why I said yes to this opportunity. So saying yes is half the battle, right? Getting started is half the battle. He is begun is half done, right? So before Novae, I was a struggling college student. And every single month, the one thing that I kept running into was my bills and my rent kept going up, but my paycheck didn't. And I told myself that, one day I'm going to start a business, or one day I'm going to find my way out of this. But what I was really doing is just running from the assignment that I was called to do. I told myself, like, man, you're going to come out of this one day. But I wasn't doing the work. And then came a moment when I couldn't keep on that track anymore. The rent had gone up $200-300, and I had a growing family, and it was like a now or never kind of moment, because if you're not living in the same city as your family, then that's you're one emergency away from being homeless. You're one emergency away from having to find somewhere else to live. And if you're providing a shelter for somebody, you know how that is, especially my parents out there. So that was my big wake up call. Like, I got to do something about this. And so when Novae came across my table, the honest truth is I was skeptical about it. I said, a bunch of people talk about credit. I've heard a lot of credit scams and things like that. But what made me say yes anyway was the fact that Mr. McCambry was such a stand-up guy. I looked at his credentials, and, I found out that, and you're going to learn about him as well, but I learned that, he became a multi-million-dollar producer in his mid-20s. And the first thing he went and did is got custody of his son and got married. And that right there just told me a lot about his character. When I looked more into what he was doing and how many people he was helping, And today, what is changed about me is now I'm a two-time homeowner. Now, I have over 6 figures in equity. We've produced over uh, $250,000, $250,000 in revenue since starting this company. And it's just been an amazing ride. We've been to dozens of cities. I've never been on a plane before, but thanks to this amazing opportunity, not only am I going out of the country for the first time, I had to get my passport and things like that, but it's put me in rooms with 6 and 7 figure earners, and I'm just really thankful. But now I just do the same things that I had in my mind, but I'm able to go ahead and apply it to real life. And so if nobody's listening but you, and your why could speak for you, then that is what you need to hold on to. That why is why I said yes. I said yes because I have a growing family. I said yes because I had dreams and ambitions inside of me that were waiting to grow and that were, stifled, that were clipped, that were capped because I had this dead end job and I couldn't get past the debt income cycle. So here's a problem that most people have. And it's so don't feel bad if you're one of these people. The reality is that millions of people are struggling financially. And these aren't just stats. These are your neighbors, millions of people. And it's not because they're lazy. Look, 1 in 3 Americans is under a 669 credit score. In underserved communities, 45 points even lower. And half of businesses fail inside of 5 years, no capital. So 2.5 million people every year seek debt counseling, and only 39% of people could cover a $1,000 emergency without having to go and borrow money. And that means you got to start back up here at the top. So if you just saw yourself in one of these, you're not the exception, you're the majority. So now we want to stack this on top of it. The real threat is the AI shift. The paycheck is not the plan anymore. The shift is here and millions of jobs are going with it. Okay. The CEO of Anthropic says that AI could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs inside of 5 years. That most jobs exposed pay nearly $70,000 a year. So don't think that just because you're a higher income earner that you're safe from this. And by 2030, 30% of a U.S. jobs could be automated. So what happens when the paycheck stops? And what if you didn't have to worry about it? This is where we find answers and opportunities like this. So I think it's the Chinese character for opportunity is actually for chaos is opportunity, and it's I forget exactly what it is, but it basically means that there has to be an opportunity in every chaotic moment. So it's like this is that chaotic moment. So that means that there has to be an opportunity behind it. All right. And so here's the solution, because I didn't just come to beat you down and make you aware of all the problems that we have here in America. The solution here is Novae, is to rebuild the credit, reduce the debt, unlock capital, and launch that business. Novae is a fintech company. And here's what changed. We used to sell one service and then send you on your way. Okay. And now we build an ecosystem. Nobody buys one iPhone. Think about it. Every new thing that Apple adds makes you want to add more and more and more. And that's what we're doing. We have an ecosystem. All right. So 2 sides. The first side is credit. So on the credit side, we have credit and debt help. That helps you with being able to dominate in the credit space. And then on the other side, we have we have money, which is access to capital and entrepreneurship. Okay. So we need both sides. We have to address both sides. This is a holistic way of approaching the financial situation. Okay. So let me see here. There we go. And so let's go ahead and take a look at who is behind this opportunity. And I already told you a little bit about this gentleman, but now let me go ahead and formally introduce you. This is one, the only Mr. Rico McCambry. All right. This is our leadership. This is his track record, y'all. Okay. So Rico McCambry is a best-selling author, Forbes Business Council member, and he helped Novae reach the Inc. 5000 list 5 years in a row. That's the fastest growing companies in America. And this started during the pandemic. So you know that there has to be some competitive advantage in the marketplace where everyone else is going out of business, yet Novae is continuously increasing in its growth. But you can just pick any one of these stats. It's very impressive that this gentleman's been able to do all these things at his age. So let's tackle and tap into some of these solutions that we offer. Solution number one is credit help, because that's the most important. That's where everybody lands. Everybody has a credit score, just like everybody has a stomach. And there's 3 ways to get in. The only wrong one is the one you never start. I want you to think about that. So credit is where most people start, 3 ways in. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first thing, which is the software, Novae disputes. So in this case, you're the one who's driving. It pulls in all 3 bureaus with no hard inquiry, and the AI tells you which accounts are hurting you, and it writes the letters for you. 1 account or 50 accounts, it doesn't matter. It does it all at one time. Then you mail them yourself, and this is the point. A bureau can legally throw out a generic third-party letter. So when it comes from like what they call is a credit repair mill, which it means that it comes from a zip code that is known for credit repair or credit repair agency, they just throw those out. You know, when it comes to time to you and it's your time to dispute, and they see that it comes from your zip code, your postal code, it lands deeper. They don't just throw those out. So Novae is a fintech company, not a credit repair company. It's a software. It's not a service, and nobody guarantees a score. But what happens whenever you're ready to get started is you pay a one-time fee of $199, and then $99 per month locks you in. You can cancel at any time. Okay, we don't force you to go through hoops and hurdles or anything like that. Once you reach the score that you need, you can simply call in and say, hey, got the score I want. Appreciate you guys. And we'll cancel that auto pay for you immediately. All right. I love the fact that we do that. Now, the next thing is credit therapy. Now, some of you have heard that and thought that, I don't want to drive. Like, I don't want to do anything battling with credit. I don't want to look at no dispute letters or anything like that. That's where credit therapy comes in. Disputing takes things off, but nothing gets stronger just because something was taken away, right? Lenders read the entire profile, and that's what's important. Traditional credit repair is dead, all right? So Novae is not a credit repair company, but we do have a licensed credit repair referral partner. That means that they are licensed to do all this, and we just send them over to you, send you over to them, all right? And you get an onboarding session, and they do something called audit-based approval engineering. That's a report that's around your goal. Whatever your goal is, they're going to figure that out in their onboarding, and they're going to generate that report. So you're going to think about it like a restaurant. Everybody's in there, everybody's hungry, but nobody orders the same thing. Some people want the house, some people want the car, some people want funding. And so what we do is we engineer the dispute process and the credit building process around what you need. Okay, so the licensed credit repair, they file the disputes for you, the letters go out for you, and all you do is you pay once a month. The same $99. It's just it's $40 additional to get started with credit therapy. And then it's the same $99 per month. I mean, I think that's phenomenal. I think that price on that is going up, I'm pretty sure. So you want to get locked in as soon as you can. So next, now that we've attacked and addressed the personal credit issues that you had, let's look at the business credit. That's right. Did you know that your business has a credit score? This is the third door. This is for the business owners out there. The old way is to apply and to hope. And every denial, guess what? That lands on your personal credit. Well, this runs on Lendavo from Credit Suite, and it scores how ready you are before you even apply. Now, I know somebody right now, a light bulb just went off like, what? That's crazy. Before I even apply, it's going to know if yeah, exactly. So imagine your competitors doing that while you're still hoping, because your competitors are purchasing this right now. So real advisors are going to walk you through each step, and it includes a full year of Novae disputes as well. So that way we attack the personal credit and we address your business credit as well. So this is only $24.95 for a year, or payments where you can go $500 a month for 6 months. And this is the lowest that you're ever going to find. So even if you look up Lendavo on Google, you're going to see that if you go directly to Lendavo, you're going to pay a lot more. But you go through your referral agent here, your consultant here, and you're going to pay a lot less for the same thing. It's the same exact thing. There's nothing that's left out. Plus, all three include free credit monitoring and $1 million in fraud insurance. And if credit is your number one, you want to start here. All right. So just remember that. Okay. So the next thing is debt help. So one payment instead of 5 payments. Think about that. If you're someone who's struggling with multiple credit cards and you need a plan instead of panicking, then this right here is for you. So you just got to ask yourself, or do you or anyone you know have overwhelming personal or business credit? Well, on the personal side, a minimum of 10,000 unsecured, working toward one consolidated payment, typically a fraction of what you pay now. And you want to do this before bankruptcy, which is very expensive, and it sits on your credit for 7 to 10 years. On the business side, there's a brutal kind of debt called an MCA, and that's actually closing businesses right now. The minimum is 15,000 in debt, and we negotiate that into a longer term so that the payment shrinks down. Everybody knows that the longer term you go, the smaller that payment is. And the goal is just to keep you in business, okay? So a realistic game plan to take control of what you owe. That's exactly the Novae way here. Now, the cost and the eligibility, it vary, but the initial consult is free. You book a free session, see if the debt program is right for you. If it is, then you can go for it. It's not available in all states, so we need to make sure of that. But wouldn't it be better to know and to sleep at night knowing that your debt is being dealt with instead of just tacking onto your credit? Exactly, right? So that's where we are. So now when we look at solution number 3, all right, access to capital. And I hope you're taking notes because this is really easy, or you can just watch the replay. All right, but it's really, really important. So access to capital is number 3. So personal loans or government backed, we have your back. All right, so we have business funding, we have Novae financing. We also have government grants. So if you need access to capital or money, you have to think about the consultant that got you on the line here today. And under personal loans, terms are up to 12 years, consolidation, refinancing, purchases up to 250. It's a soft pool. Okay, so that's really cool because that means that it doesn't hurt your credit just to see if you qualify. On the business funding side, you met Lendavo a minute ago, but the business HELOC is something that's new to us as well. Now that's up to 750,000 against your home in days, up to 5 business, as little as 5 business days without touching your rate. See, a lot of people, they got their rate at a good, when the time was good, and they don't want to tap into that right now because it might mess up their mortgage rate, where they might have to come in and they don't want to refinance their entire mortgage. But this right here is a great way to extract equity out of your home and use it for your business. Okay, so that is amazing, right? So what we have here is that you can add in-house financing with Novae financing to your own business. It's a soft pull right at the checkout, and that way your customers get paid and then they come to you with the money in full. That way you get paid in full. You don't have to worry about payments or anything like that. And like I said, the government grants, tax credits, and the SBA as well. Now, solution number 4, all right, this is the last solution that we have here for you. But I mean, as you can see, we're covering all bases, all right? Everything a business owner needs is right here, all right, with entrepreneurship. So establish it, okay? Free registration, coaching, operating agreement, domain, a website builder, and registration matters. So if you don't have a business that's registered, what you look like is fraud. If you say you have an LLC, but you're not registered with the state, it's like, scam likely, right? And you're going to get denied for everything that you try for unless it goes through your personal credit. And the whole idea is to separate your business from your personal. That way, if something does happen with your business, you can just fold the business and start over rather than all of that dumping on your personal. We know someone who's in office who does that very well, right? Now, next is to support your business. With Novae Tax, we have live phone support, Novae Payments, we have Tap Pay, we have credit to cash. So say Lendavo gives you $20,000 and zero interest credit cards and you want to buy land. You can't just swipe for the land, right? So you move the money into your business account. This is easy as Venmo, all right? But you can do that through your consultant, guys. This is so incredible. You're starting to see the ecosystem that we've built where we help you with your credit and we help you with your business, then get access to business credit. And then we take that business credit and we liquidate that and put that and make that, turn that into cash. And then we support your business, giving you the registration, giving you the business coaching, websites, allowing you to do tap pay. It's an entire ecosystem here, people. And this is amazing because if you were to set this up yourself, listen, you'd be paying close to $500,000 in just infrastructure, setting this up yourself, making this so that you can have someone come to you and purchase these things. Listen, these partners they're expensive. All right. It takes a lot to develop technology. It takes a lot to tie into APIs and keys and credentials and things like that. And then you got to get approved by the banks and things like that. Very hard for somebody coming in off the street, but that's why we offer a way for you to join us. Okay, we have a Novae, it's called the affiliate program, where you can actually become a consultant here with Novae and offer everything that you've seen here. All right. We also have an affiliate pro program where you get to be able to start a team and you can lead and teach others how to build. And then you start to get something called overrides. We're going to dive into that in just a little bit. We also have Novae tax software, which allows you to be a licensed professional in the tax industry. We have the Fintech Career Accelerator Mentorship, which is the next level of Novae, which is like a college for business owners that comes with a business. So we teach you all about content, branding, going viral, strategy, how to scale in your business, and much, much more. And then we give you a co-branded website that looks like Novae and offers all the same products with your brand up front. So the FinTech mentorship is amazing. And then we have the Novae Church program. So this is where, one of my fellow consultants said it best, the church used to be a resource for our community, but now we're just seeing it's a lot of performance, right? If you've seen the Drewski skit, you know what I'm talking about, right? But what if the church was a pillar in the community for financial education? Well, this is what the church program does. It's a free program for the church. And now the church gets to put a website up with their logo and invite their congregation to get free financial education. And if they wanted to pay for certain things like credit, the credit software, then the church gets paid for that. All right. So it's a great way to fundraise for the church. All right. So if you don't have a business, you can come with us. But one of the most important things that we offer is the free financial literacy program. All right. So it's on your time, gamified design. We have 5 levels, 3 free tools, the financial needs analysis, and the Novae credit masterclass. So just you can actually, it's on this side right here, or this side. It says free financial literacy. Just go ahead and get the financial needs analysis. You click on that, and you can probably be done with that by the time you're finished with this presentation. All right. So you definitely want to click below and tap on in. We have real people, real results all over the place. You just want to Google Novae Money Reviews, and you'll see that we are doing amazing things. And so now this part is for somebody who wants to make money off of everything that they just heard. You can turn credit into conversations and conversations into commissions. And Walmart, Amazon, they already do this, right? They pay millions in commissions every year. But instead of a few cents to, a few dollars, Novae pays you up to thousands of dollars per referral. Okay. And what we see is that Novae pays you not just to put on a Novae shirt, but to actually be there and be that link between the customer and the Novae, the person that really needs these services, and a service that has it. All right. You are that middle person. So you got to think of yourself as this financial hero in a way. So if you know 5 people that need better credit, that need less debt, that need more capital, you can actually I'll show you what to do with that in just a second, but you can actually really do this business and you earn by referring people to a website. You set your own hours. There's 10 ways to get paid. Start up as an affiliate and you become a consultant over time. So first tier is credit customers. Think about it. 5 credit customers, you're earning $100 each. That's 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, $500 in your bank account for referring people that were looking for the help anyway. And what that does is it unlocks the 5 and free. 5 and free means that because you have 5 active customers, you don't pay your affiliate business. You have a free business. All right. And that is re-earned every month. So, they're paying their $99 per month. And what you're earning is a free business. So I really like that because not a lot of businesses have that. Next is the retail commissions. You can earn up to $1,250 per Fintech membership. Okay. And $500 per Lendable referral. All right. Think about that. 4 referrals is $2,000 a month. You can earn up to $20,000 on a business funding. That's like, let's say someone gets $500,000 in funding. You're earning up to 4% per loan. Even if it was $50,000, you would still get up to $2,000. Okay. And the commissions may be less. It just depends on the lender. And the business HELOC is not available in all states. But look, this is important because this is money that is, remember I said you got to get between the money. This is money that's already exchanging. What if you can get paid when money moves? This is it right here. And startup funding minimum. When you help somebody get started on the startup funding, you're going to earn $1,000 per approved file. Okay. Plus the business HELOC at 1%. Plus the credit to cash and the merchant with the tap to pay residuals that come in. Like this right here starts to set you up and your family and your estate for generations. But this is where, you actually have to lock in. All right. You'll see below where you can go ahead and join as an affiliate. It says become an affiliate below. You can go ahead and start this. You can probably be finished with the application before I'm finished with this presentation. Now with my Novae Disputes Manager, $100 up front. And then you're earning $30 per month. So think about the customers as we go down here. 5 customers, $500 up front, like we just saw. But you're also earning $150 per month. Think about how many bills you can put on auto payment with $150. Maybe 1, maybe 2. But you're not in this business just to get a few customers. You're in this to make an impact. So as you start to go up here, 100 customers, that's $10,000 up front, $3,000 a month. Okay, just for software. Look, that's fintech. Now the fast start bonus, 5 pro affiliates, 5 credit customers in your first 30 days. That's a $500 fast start bonus in addition to the money that you already earned. So this right here is for the go-getters, for people that already have a team, that already have a trickle of credit clients already. Maybe you're a real estate owner or investor or agent. Maybe you see challenge credit customers all the time. Maybe you work at a car lot. This is a really good bonus that you can grab. So when we look at the support, guys, the Novae app, it comes with a marketing system right there in the palm of your hand. All right, that's what I really like about this is we're not telling you to go out and figure it out. We've got the system already figured out. All you got to do is click a few buttons and it tells you what to say. You copy it and you send it over. Okay. And we also take, like I said, going out of the country, first time in Puerto Rico, first time in Miami, first time in Chicago, first time in LA, first time in Arizona, Phoenix, this is thanks to this company, and now next month, we're going to be going to Dominican Republic, so this is, it was my first time on a cruise ship a few years ago, first time cruising the canal in the Bermudas, in the Bahamas, sorry. But it's like, it's not just that we sit here and talk about money all the time. We go out and we enjoy it because you only get one life, and if you haven't seen the places that you want to see, maybe you have to start putting your income on autopilot so that you can go out and enjoy life, right? So we want to go ahead and get you started, all right? Affiliate Basic is only $199 and then $49 a month to get started. You're going to get member discounts, cashback, travel and shopping, your own NovaeMoney.com website, ongoing financial education, Novae Learn, live training, marketing tools, business credit training, and you're going to earn up to $1,250 per sale and you only get paid on personal sales. But if you want to earn more money, then you want to go pro, because not only do you unlock the credit software so you can start to work on your own credit, but you also unlock the team building, which allows you to earn overrides. You earn $150 to $600 per qualified affiliate. You get referral overrides, and you also unlock rank-based bonuses. So the monthly residual is based on your rank. That's it starts off at $100 a month that you start to earn, and then it goes up to $110,000 per month. Now that's somebody's annual salary that you're earning on a monthly basis. And we have people right now that are on track to start hitting those bonuses at the top of our compensation plan. Now, of course, the disclaimer here is that the average participant in this business earned $1,400 in 2023. Your results may vary, but the thing is, you have to take responsibility for your work. You have to take responsibility for your income. And that's exactly what this program allows you to do. Otherwise, you're going to be working for somebody else for your entire life and never really get the desired income that you want. 5 and free just means, hey, we're going to waive your monthly fee. And again, that just means that you had 5 affiliates, 5 credit customers, or any combination of those, as long as there's 5 there, that billed in the previous month, your next month is free. That right there means a free. Think about it. If you started a Subway and sold 5 sandwiches, that means that all your lights are paid for, all your water, all your utilities will be paid for. Like, this business is ridiculous, right? And it's all a tax write-off as well. And a portion of the proceeds go to Novae Cares. So I really like that, because we're helping underprivileged families all across the country. 3 types of people right now need to make a decision. One says, I'm ready to get started. The other one says, hey, I'm interested, but I have some questions. And they get started anyway. And number 3 says, I'm not interested, but I will definitely share this with my community, because listen, I know you've seen something here that at least one person needs in your community. We definitely want to invite you to share the information, even if you don't get started right now. But if you're a number 1, listen, we do appreciate you. That's the go-getters. Those are the people that are leaders in our society, that see a problem, they see a solution, and they bring the two together. So I definitely appreciate that. Even if you're not interested, I want you to take that F&A survey. You're going to get a free 5-day credit masterclass. It's $597 value. You just want to click down below. I think it's on this side. All right, you click down below, and you'll be able to go ahead and take that 5-day that financial needs analysis and get your 5-day credit masterclass. Or you want to go ahead and become a consultant today, go ahead and enroll. You're going to get a free vacation voucher as well to one of 50 different destinations. You pay a small fee, and they set up your hotel accommodations. It's not a timeshare or anything like that. But what you want to do is lock in and get started, and then start celebrating, because you just changed your life. You signed up to show up for your life, and that's what you want to start doing, right? We want to see the opportunities, and we want to be prepared. See, some people right now, they think, man, you know what? I don't have enough time. I used to think that same thing. I just think I didn't have enough time. Matter of fact, most of the people in the company said the same exact thing. But 2 to 3 conversations a day, that's what we're talking about. 2 to 3 conversations per day, not presentations, conversations. Because the presentation is already built into the system. They're going to see a webinar like this. They're going to see, or one of my other Fintech pros that are going to get on and do all the presenting for you. We do the presentations for you. All you do is have the conversation. Our system leads them to the presentation. So all you have to do is just click into your app, select a contact, start a conversation, okay? And the app tells you what to say, who to say it to, when to say it. It does all that for you, okay? So you're not being asked to change your life. You're being asked to have conversations, people. That's it. Maybe you're introverted. Well, the app is great. Social media is great for that. Maybe you're extroverted. Well, great. You already love talking to people anyway. The conversation usually ends up talking about money, and now you have something to plug them into. Okay. So that's my time, everybody. I do want to go ahead and get out of here and respect the rest of your evening. So I'll go ahead and let you go. And I just want to be the first to say, welcome to Novae. You know, you came in here for information, but I want y'all to leave with a decision. Okay. So if you already clicked welcome, you know, if you already clicked which either one, welcome either way, because if you did the financial needs analysis, you're going to be introduced to the Credit and Money Mastery community. It's a free community that we have. So congratulations for getting started there. And if you became a consultant, congratulations as well, because that's the other side of the money. All right. So I really do appreciate you for being here. Now go ahead and click either one, and we are going to see you on the inside. Thanks for tapping in.